Hello guys, today I want to introduce you to a function a little less known in Laravel called nested resource controllers, or in other words, resource controllers 2 levels deep. And if we look at the official Laravel documentation, resource controllers are one of the basics topics, so if you generate controller with -- resource, then you can specify that in routes as route resource, and then it generates the URLs with those methods. But did you know that you can do it 2 levels deep, like resource something dot something? And here's a scenario for you. In the database, you have two database tables, posts and comments. And for both, you want to create resources, so manage posts and manage comments. And comment belongs to a post, so it has many and belongs to relationship. But for comments, you don't want to manage all comments. You don't need to create route resource for all the comments. You want the comments to be shown only for that specific post. So you go to list of the posts, you click on comments for that post, and then you manage those comments there. How it looks visually. We've created a demo project based on our quick admin panel, so typical resource controller CRUD, a list of the posts, and instead of creating menu item comments, in the table of posts there is a button comments, and notice the URL. If I click the comments, the URL is posts/post-id/comments. And here you have a nested resource controller, and if I click add a new comment, the URL is still with post ID 2, then I choose the author, enter something, save, and the URL still stays. So I'm working only with the post ID 2 comments. And not only that, if I click edit, the URL is post ID with comment ID. And I can even check, for example, for security reason, maybe someone would guess the ID of the comment to manage, but with that they would have to guess the post ID. So if I change that to post ID 1, I would have 404 not found. So it may be even an additional security measure. So how does it work in the code? Let's take a look at the first documentation, nested resources, and it's similar to what I've shown in the code, route resource, photos, comments, and you have a controller class, so you don't need to specify any methods. And here's the table what URLs will be. So photos, ID, comments. In my case, it's post ID comments with admin prefix, but here's the URL: first controller ID, second controller ID, and then action. And you may or may not use the shorter version for show, edit, update, and destroy, or you can use the same longer version for all the actions, as I did in my demo project. So let's dive deeper. We have a route resource. This is the route for mass deleting from our quick admin panel. It's not that important. If we go to that controller, in the comment controller, it actually should have been called post comment controller, to be really specific. But then you have post with route model binding in all the methods. So into all the methods you have from the URL post ID, or in fact full post object. And then you query not just all the comments, but post comments with has many relationship. Also, when you're creating the comment, you're not just creating the comment, you do here post comments create. Also notice the route names, so nested resource controllers allow you to do like this. So you store the comment and then you redirect to route name. Admin, this comes from our quick admin panel prefix, and then posts, comments, index, and parameter is a post. So it corresponds to here route group prefix admin, then posts, then comments, and then index. So in all the controller routes, notice as I scroll down below what would be the route names. If you're editing the comment, you have two parameters with route model binding. You have both post and comment, and you can check if the post ID doesn't correspond to the comment, then you show that the comment isn't found. With update request, you not only have the form request, but also two route model binded parameters. Potentially, you could add more validations here. So you go through all the controller methods. This could be probably refactored into its own method for security. But basically in all 7 methods of a typical resource controller, you have post, you have the parent object available for you, whatever you want to do with that. And there's a few more tricks to resource controllers. You can read them in the documentation. There's called scoping nested resource. So it doesn't have to be ID, so it could be slug. For example, post/comment/whatever slug. It could be a different database field. And also there is a thing called shallow nesting. This will be specifically enabling this shorter version syntax. And that's it for this video. I won't be putting that demo project on GitHub because it's the same as Laravel documentation, so you can read everything here. I just wanted to show you visually how it would look. But generally, if you want to have a project like this one, you can use our quickadminpanel.com to generate something like that. We don't have nested controllers as a feature, this was custom coded, but general admin panel with user management is available. And that's it, see you guys in other videos.